Mr. President, Mr. Secretary, Admiral Richardson, and thank you again, Admiral, for my honorary National Aviator selection. Officers and crew of the USS Gerald R. Ford, Mike Petters, Matt Mulheron, Jennifer Dunn, and my fellow Newport News shipbuilders, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome. What a magnificent day this is for the young life of this mighty ship. Mr. President, you have spoken passionately about America's greatness, and there are no finer examples of that greatness than the two groups that are before you here today. The crew of the USS Gerald R. Ford and the Newport News shipbuilders. Hopefully, we will all be together in Norfolk this summer to commission this ship. And let me add a special thank you to the Navy leaders for your continuing efforts to find a solution to Pier 11 dilemma. And for the commissioning, thank you very much. To my fellow Newport News shipbuilders, this is my 17th visit to our ship. Your patriotic commitment to excellence is reflected in every rivet and every bolt. Therefore, I am very proud to say, as Dad most certainly would be, congratulations, fellow shipbuilders, and thank you. I'm reminded of a speech that Dad gave in Norfolk, May 3rd of 1975. That day, my dad commissioned the new aircraft carrier, the USS Nimitz. 4 decades after the Nimitz was commissioning, the words that Dad spoke that day are still spot on and accurate. The President, it's as if we can hear Dad's voice speaking to us about the USS Gerald R. Ford. Quote, "I see this great ship as a symbol of the United States, of our immense resources and skilled workers and our boundless energy and our military strength. Wherever this ship flies her flag, she will be a symbol of the United States' strength. Made in America and operated by Americans." Whether her mission is one of defense, diplomacy, or humanity, this aircraft carrier will command awe and admiration from some, caution from others, and respect from all, end quote. So, ladies and gentlemen, to those who threaten our homeland or our liberties, let the word go forth. Very soon, 100,000 tons of the most powerful warship ever known will report for duty to her Commander-in-Chief. Congratulations, crew members, and Godspeed. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, as a ship sponsor of the USS Gerald R. Ford, and on behalf of the 38th President of the United States, it is a high honor to introduce and welcome to Dad's namesake aircraft carrier, the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Thank you. Thank you very much. What an honor. You know, they just gave me this beautiful jacket. They said, "Here, Mr. President, please take this home." I said, "Let me wear it." And then they gave me the beautiful hat. And I said, you know, maybe I'll do that. We have a great Make America Great Again hat, but I say this is a special day, we're wearing this, right? So I have no idea how it looks, but I think it looks good. It's a great looking hat. Just like this is a great looking ship. Thank you. I'm privileged to stand here today with the incredible men and women of the United States Navy. American sailors are the best war-fighting sailors anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. And Susan, I am so glad you could be with us. I know how hard you work, 17 visits, and she wanted things done right. I will tell you, they told me she wanted this one done right in honor of both of her parents, who were great, great people. And we wanted to introduce this beautiful vessel to the American people, and I wanted to be here. I wanted to be with you. So, Susan, and to your family, unbelievable job. Unbelievable. The soon-to-be commissioned Gerald R. Ford, USS. What a place. It really feels like a place. You stand on that deck, and you feel like you're standing on a very big piece of land, but this is better than land. It'll not only be a great symbol of American strength, but a great legacy for your father and our former president, Gerald Ford. President Ford was a Navy man. By the way, he was also a great athlete, for those of you that didn't know. He saw action in the South Pacific during World War II. He served this country with honor in the military, in Congress, and in the White House. The proud dignity of this ship is a fitting tribute to Gerald Ford, the man and the president. Congratulations to all of the men and women who helped build it. This is American craftsmanship at its biggest, at its best, at its finest. American workers are the greatest anywhere in the world. This warship and all who serve on it should be a source of shared pride for our nation. We're joined today, better believe it, right? Better believe it. Better believe it. And by the way, we're going to soon have more coming. Have more coming. We are joined today by General Mattis, now Secretary Mattis. Where is he? Who will be charged with overseeing this great rebuilding of our military might. We will give the men and women of America's armed services the resources you need to keep us safe. We will have the finest equipment in the world, planes, ships, and everything else. We are going to have, very soon, the finest equipment in the world. We will give our military the tools you need to prevent war and, if required, to fight war and only do one thing. You know what that is? Win. Win. We're going to start winning again. Admiral John Richardson, Chief of Naval Operations, is with us today as well. Great gentleman. Admiral, we're going to ensure our Navy has the resources, personnel, training, and equipment, the kind of equipment that you need. So congratulations, Admiral, and a lot more is coming. Let me congratulate Captain Richard McCormick, Commanding Officer of the Gerald R. Ford. This ship will make an extraordinary addition to the fleet, like no other. Anywhere in the world, there's nothing like this. It represents the future of naval aviation. I have no greater privilege than to serve as your Commander-in-Chief and the Commander-in-Chief of the men and women of the United States military. Great people. Great, great people. I salute you, and I salute our sailors. I will always support you and your mission. I will never, ever let you down. And I also have to recognize Mike Petters, President and CEO of Huntington Ingalls Industries, along with Matt Mulheron, President of Newport News Shipbuilding. They won't let you down either. They're not going to let you down either. To those who serve our nation in uniform, and to those who build the instruments of our defense, I thank you on behalf of our nation. I agree. Our carriers are the centerpiece of American military might overseas. We are standing today on 4.5 acres of combat power and sovereign U.S. territory, the likes of which there is nothing to compete. There is no competition to this ship. It is a monument to American might that will provide the strength necessary to ensure peace. This ship will carry 4,500 personnel and 70 aircraft and will be a vital component of our defense. This carrier and the new ships in the Ford class will expand the ability of our nation to carry out vital missions on the oceans to project American power in distant lands. Hopefully, it's power we don't have to use. But if we do, they're in big, big trouble. This great aircraft carrier provides essential capabilities to keep us safe from terrorism and take the fight to the enemy for many years in the future. The great Admiral Nimitz, who commanded the U.S. Pacific Fleet through the Second World War, once said, "It is the function of the Navy to carry the war to the enemy so that it will not be fought on U.S. soil." True. And it was under Admiral Nimitz's command 75 years ago this June that the Navy did just that. At the Battle of Midway, you've all known about the Battle of Midway, where the sailors of the U.S. Navy fought with a bravery that will be remembered throughout the ages. Storied bravery throughout the ages. The backbone of the American fleet at Midway was 3 beautiful aircraft carriers: the Yorktown, the Enterprise, and the Hornet. All 3 were built with American hands right here at the Newport News shipyard. At Midway, America was greatly outnumbered by, a lot. And its fleet badly damaged, but the heroic deeds changed the course of history. Many brave Americans died that day, and through their sacrifice, they turned the tide of the Pacific War. It was a tough tide. It was a big tide. It was a vicious tide, and they turned it. Countless other Americans in that war, some of them parents and grandparents to people in this room today, came home thanks to their very heroic deeds. The sailors at Midway are part of a long line of American heroes, an unbroken chain of patriots from each generation to the next, who rose to defend our flag and our freedom. That legacy continues today as American warriors protect our people from the threat of terrorism. On Tuesday, in my address to a joint session of Congress, I ask Congress to eliminate the defense sequester and to support my request for a great rebuilding of the United States military and the United States Navy. After years of endless budget cuts that have impaired our defenses, I am calling for one of the largest defense spending increases in history. And by eliminating the sequester and the uncertainty it creates, we will make it easier for the Navy to plan for the future and thus to control costs and get the best deals for the taxpayer, which of course is very important, right? Got to get a good deal. We don't make a good deal, we're not doing our job. The same boat for less money, the same ship for less money, the same airplanes for less money. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. It means we're going to get more of them, and we can use them. Our military requires sustained, stable funding to meet the growing needs placed in our defense. Right now, our aging frontline strike and strike fighters, the whole aircraft, many, many aircraft, are often more likely to be down for maintenance than they are to be up in the sky. Our Navy is now the smallest it's been since, believe it or not, World War I. Don't worry. Going to soon be the largest it's been. Don't worry. Think of that. Think of that. In these troubled times, our Navy is the smallest it's been since World War I. That's a long time ago. In fact, I just spoke with Navy and industry leaders and have discussed my plans to undertake a major expansion of our entire Navy fleet, including having the 12-carrier Navy we need. We also need more aircraft, modernized capabilities, and greater force levels. Additionally, we must vastly improve our cyber capabilities. This great rebuilding effort will create many jobs in Virginia and all across America, and it will also spur new technology and new innovation. America has always been the country that boldly leads the world into the future. And my budget will ensure we do so and continue to do exactly that. American ships will sail the seas. American planes will soar the skies. American workers will build our fleets. And America's military will ensure that even though the darkest nights and throughout, a bright and glowing sun will always shine on our nation and on our people. Our Navy is great. Our Navy is great. Our people are great. Great. Our republic will meet any challenge, defeat any danger, face any threat, and always seek true and lasting peace. May God bless our military. May God bless our Navy. May God bless the wonderful Gerald Ford family. And may God continue to bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.
Welcome back. That was President Trump's speech from Newport News, Virginia, from the aircraft carrier Gerald R. Ford. Very interesting. Did not mention the Sessions stuff. Just talked mostly about military stuff, about what the aircraft carrier was going to do, supporting the military capabilities. Really focused on military stuff. In a way, you might call it not so much a speech as remark, because it wasn't like a speech. Seems like it would be longer and about like more topics perhaps, or about more sustained about one topic. But that was very interesting to me. I will say this though. So while he didn't specifically mention the Sessions stuff, right before the speech, I saw some reports come out, and I will get you that right now, because he did publicly comment on Jeff Sessions right before the speech. So, for example, according to Jake Tapper tweeted out, President Trump tells pool reporters aboard the USS Gerald Ford that he has total confidence in Attorney General Jeff Sessions. And according to Zeke Miller of Time magazine, this exchange happened on the ship, or near the ship. A pool reporter said, should Sessions recuse himself? President Trump said, I don't think so. A pool reporter said, did you know Sessions spoke to the Russian ambassador? President Trump said, I wasn't aware at all. So at least for now, there was comment from President Trump, that he has total confidence in Jeff Sessions, and also that he didn't think Jeff Sessions should recuse himself from any from the investigation the Justice Department is doing into leaks between Russia and the Trump campaign, or Russia's influence in the possible influence in the recent election. So I think it would have been more odd if President Trump had not said anything before at all about the Sessions stuff, and then went in the speech and said nothing about it there. But he did comment on it before the speech. And perhaps he wanted to keep the speech just to focus on the military aspect, and because he was at a aircraft carrier. He was wearing the military jacket you saw, the green military jacket and the green in the hat. So that was kind of neat to see him wearing something different. So we're going to take a few minutes here. I'm Steve Lookner. We're at Right Side Broadcasting. We were happy to bring you that speech, and we'd love just in the next few minutes to hear, what did you think about the speech? Were you happy with it? Was there something you wish he should have said? If you'd like in the next few minutes to have me read your comment on the air about what you thought about the speech, write to me. You can either go to @Lookner on Twitter, @LOOKNER on Twitter, and direct message me there, or email me at steve.lookner@rsbn.tv. And before I go to your comments, I just want to say, right before the speech, I was telling people, if you were interested in donating to us, how you can donate, because donations basically keep us alive here, because we don't take big donations from like big companies who'd want to control the kind of stuff we could put on the air. We want to stay independent for you. So if you'd like to donate, we'd also like to cover more events like CPAC and President Trump's rallies. So if you'd like to donate to us, we so appreciate it. And the way to donate, there's 3 different ways. Way 1 is go to rsbn.tv/donate. That's rsbn.tv/donate. Way 2 is to go to gofundme.com/nextgenrsbn. And the third way is, if you're watching this on YouTube and there's that chat room open, there's a little dollar sign, a little dollar icon in the chat room, and you can just click on it. And that way you can donate. So thank you for everybody who's donated today and in general. I even saw somebody donate $50 in the chat room while I was looking. What was that person's name? I have it here. I can tell you who that person was, because I wrote myself a note and said, thank that person. That person was Dan Canepa. Dan Canepa donated $50 in the chat room. Thank you so much, Dan. And Dan Canepa also said, Steve, you're not wearing plaid today. You're stylish. So thank you, Dan. I think thank you. So would love to hear your comments in the next few minutes during our post coverage. What did you think of the speech? Direct message me at @Lookner on Twitter, or email me at steve.lookner@rsbn.tv. Let us see if people have comments they've sent in yet. Sorry. hold on, I'm opening them up. My apologies. I'm getting a little fidgety with my iPad's being a little fidgety right now. Well, Lukey P says the Sessions story will be history in a few days. So that's Lukey P's opinion. So I guess, Lukey P, you wouldn't mind at all that President Trump didn't comment on the Sessions story. So thank you for that comment. Oh, there was another email I had gotten before that I wanted to read. This email is from Scott Moore. So Scott writes in, fire all Obama holdovers. And Scott says, why doesn't Trump fire all Obama holdovers immediately? Well, one reason would be I'm sure he would get really bad press for doing that. And also you'd have like this, maybe there's like a ton of them and you'd have a lack of people working at these places. But, on the other hand, I'm guessing if President Trump knew of a particular person who intentionally leaked stuff to undermine the Trump administration, he wouldn't have a problem firing that person if that was allowed under the job regulations. So we'll see what happens. We'll have to see what happens. Thank you, Scott, for your email. So in the few minutes we have, we already have some messages. So let's see what other comments people have to say. Orion says, in case you want to let people know, Rick Perry has just been confirmed. My producer, Brandon, said that outside earlier. So yes, Rick Perry was confirmed as Secretary of Energy, just so you know. This is a comment from, so thank you, Ryan. This is a comment from Josie McGee. Josie McGee says, do you think President real Donald Trump is conducting polygraphs to help find leakers in the administration? Do you think he has this idea? I don't know if he has that idea. For all I know, there's some kind of legality or rule against using polygraphs. I don't know, or maybe they're allowed. I have no idea. Fair question. You also asked Josie McGee, the Sessions thing is Obama's elites trying to tear down President Trump's wall to take down the king. Sessions is a false flag. And then also you say, what are my thoughts on polygraphs? Well, you asked me again. So my thoughts on polygraphs are, personally, I don't know how well they work. Maybe they work really well. I would need to know more about that. But, I guess there's a balance because you want to find the leakers, definitely. But at the same time, if word gets out at a workplace that you're giving polygraphs tests, I can imagine a workplace where people are really annoyed by that and they end up like, even maybe people who didn't leak, and then they sort of makes them less efficient workers or something. So I don't know. It's a good question. I would have to do a lot more investigation into the issue to decide like how I feel about giving polygraphs at work kind of thing. But it's a fair question, Josie McGee, and I thank you for bringing it up. Let's see. Candy Ogburn says, Trump was amazing. So proud that he is our president. Such pride in America again, and so nice to feel safe knowing he is at the helm of this great country. Thank you, Candy. Time for a few other comments here. Colonel Ken Bannister says, just watched President Trump's speech. He showed great respect for the military as always and shared plans for it. Remarks were spot on. Thank you, Colonel Ken Bannister. We have a few more minutes here, so if you want to write in and say what you thought about the speech, direct message me on Twitter, @Lookner. That's my Twitter handle. Follow me if you'd like at Twitter, @Lookner, @LOOKNER. Or email me at steve.lookner@rsbn.tv. We have a few more minutes to take your comments. And so I want to hear what you thought about this speech. Again, he didn't mention the Sessions stuff. I was surprised by that. He commented on the Sessions stuff to the pool reporters just before the speech. He said he has full confidence in Jeff Sessions and also did not think Jeff Sessions should recuse himself. But he also said that he wasn't aware that Jeff Sessions talked to the Russian ambassador. So I'm not sure. I'm guessing there might be more from this coming out from President Trump today. Maybe he will tweet about it today. Who knows? Maybe there will be another White House statement about it today. Who knows? So we will see. And to be fair, there was a White House statement about Sessions last night. Let me see if I can call that up quickly here for you. So last night, the White House said this about the Sessions allegations, said this is the latest attack against the Trump administration by partisan Democrats. Attorney General Sessions, met with the ambassador in an official capacity as a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee, which is entirely consistent with his testimony. It's no surprise Senator Al Franken is pushing the story immediately following President Trump's successful address to the nation. So that was the official White House statement, but we hadn't heard anything from President Trump on the matter until the remarks just before the speech, but the reported remarks. But we'll see what else President Trump might have something to say about it. today. Some people might say they like that President Trump didn't comment on it because it shows that he's not going to let the media get under his skin. So somebody might say that. A couple more comments coming in. Andrew Sova says, Trump ought to turn it around on CNN, bring up the fact that Project Veritas has hundreds of secret video. Oh, so it says, so you're pointing out, Andrew Sova, that Project Veritas has said that before that they have some secret video of people at CNN who they think are anti-Trump, and it shows an anti-Trump bias at CNN. I personally haven't seen any many videos that they've released yet from there. I saw a couple things, and I'm not going to speak to them right now. This is like last week where they had some producers for CNN saying something or other. But I will say, if you want to know about the Project Veritas stuff, go to Project Veritas on Twitter. You can follow them there and look through their tweets, and I'm sure they've tweeted about it. So thank you, Andrew, for reaching out and reminding people about that. Oh, and Andrew also says, hello, you're watching from your Xbox. Hello, Andrew, watching on your Xbox. That's cool to know that you're watching on your Xbox. I like that. I don't even know how that works on an Xbox. Like, is it that you access the web from your Xbox and then go to the right side YouTube, or you access YouTube from your Xbox? Maybe that's what it is. Thank you, Andrew, for writing in. Much appreciated. Hello. We have a couple other comments people wrote in. Hold on. Okay, so we have probably like 5 more minutes here we can spend taking your comments. Would love to hear any other thoughts you have on President Trump's speech today. What'd you think? Do you think he'll tweet about it the rest of the day? I don't know. If you'd like to comment, direct message me on Twitter. I'm at @Lookner, @LOOKNER, or email me at steve.lookner@rsbn.tv. Also, if you want to know more, if you want to know when Right Side is having videos published, when we put out videos, subscribe to us on YouTube. Right Side Broadcasting, YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to get notifications, click on the bell icon and you can tell YouTube, hey, let me know whenever Right Side Broadcasting is posting a video. That way you will know what we're doing here at Right Side. What else do we have coming up? And just so you know, if there was no Spicer briefing today, Press Secretary Spicer, but if he has a briefing tomorrow, perhaps he will, because President Trump will not be speaking tomorrow, as well as far as I am aware, we will plan on bringing that to you live. So you can come to Right Side Broadcasting for coverage of all things President Trump. Okay, I'm just going to check and see if there are any comments at the moment, because we need to go momentarily. I think we might be all caught up. So anyways, let me say this. All right, so I think we're going to end the coverage now. So just to recap, just so you know, we are now, this video will be up on our site with the pre-coverage of the post-show, but right now we are about to put up on our site a video of just President Trump's speech. So we will cut that out of this whole video and put up another video which is just President Trump's speech. So if you want just a speech later, or maybe a friend says, hey, have you seen the speech or something, you can point them to that video. Or if somebody wants to see the whole video with the pre-coverage and the post-coverage, point them to this video. So we will have both available for you on our site, Right Side Broadcasting at YouTube. Thank you for watching our special coverage today of President Trump's speech. Thank you to the moderators for moderating the chat. Thank you all for your donations. Again, if you want to donate to Right Side and help us cover more events for you, rsbn.tv/donate or GoFundMe.com/NextGenRSBN, or if you're in the YouTube and you see that you see the chat room there, just click on that $sign. You can click on it and donate, even if it's a small donation. We really appreciate it. We really hate having to even ask you for donations. Hopefully one day we get so big we don't have to ask you. But for now, we're just trying to keep in business, to be able to keep bringing you this news coverage, because we think we provide an alternative that you don't see anywhere else, and we want to keep providing this for you. You can follow us on Twitter at RSB Network. You can follow me on Twitter at Lookner, @LOOKNER. Thank you to Micah Messer and Joe Seals and Jake Seals and Brandon Davis for all your help producing today. And what else did I want to say? Oh, if you want to get Right Side merchandise, again, because we get questions about this. Right Side merchandise, t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, all this stuff. Go to www.tpublic.com. That's www.tpublic.com and search for RSBN. If you search for RSBN there, you will see cool right side merchandise and lots of colors and varieties and stuff. So, anyways, I'm Steve Lookner. Thank you for joining us. If you just tuned in for the speech and you want more Sessions coverage, check out, I posted a video last night about the Sessions coverage called, on Right Side Broadcasting's YouTube page, and it's called Why the Mainstream Media is Getting It Wrong, why the mainstream media is getting the Sessions Russia story wrong. So that video is up. You can check out more extended thoughts I gave about the Sessions controversy if you want to know more about that. And if there's more breaking news today, we will come right back to you and give it to you and be on the air. So for Trump coverage, for breaking news coverage, I should say President Trump and not Trump. I'm sorry, President Trump, for saying Trump and not President Trump. Anyways, for all that coverage, stay right here in the future, Right Side Broadcasting Network. For now, I'm Steve Lookner, here for Right Side Broadcasting. Have a great afternoon.